You know, I really gotta ask you guys, is there anything better than a t-shirt that fits perfectly? Or maybe a hoodie that's the right amount of comfy where it's not too loose but also not too tight? And does NMO or Not Me Only actually fit that? Let's go and talk about it. What's going on, everyone? My name is Paul, and I'm here to talk to you guys and do a review on NMO and their entire drop of clothing. That's correct. I own all the pieces because the first drop I bought the t-shirt, second drop, here we are. I own all three pieces. So if you watch this video and then you go buy some yourself, you're welcome that I spent my money instead of you having to spend yours first. Also, before I dive into this, I do want to say I bought this with my own money. I was not reached out or asked to make any of this content by any means, or even this review, nor was it influenced by anyone else. This is literally just my honest own opinion on the clothing and my thoughts on it. So first off, what is NMO? NMO stands for Not Me Only, which is the company that Matti Haapoja and his team, as well as two Norwegian designers, actually came together to create. What I've seen so far from the focus of their design is that it's very minimal with a massive attention to detail. And if you're wondering what that detail is, you'll see by the end of the video. Another thing to note about this company as well is that 10% of the gross revenue actually goes to a charity as well. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check that out yourself, but it's pretty awesome coming right out the gate creating a brand new company. Now, as we work our way through this review, I want to talk about a few key points which I feel like are pretty important when you're buying clothing. Which, by the way, if you're asking why am I actually able to talk about this or what makes my opinion worthy, if you've seen my bank account and how much money I've spent on clothing, you'd understand. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge sucker for premium clothing, premium t-shirts, premium hoodies, you name it, I absolutely love it. Feeling comfortable and having something that fits just right is literally one of the greatest ways to make your day, in my opinion. So going through this review, what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the material, the fit, the design, and the attention to detail on these pieces. I feel like these are all really important because you want something that fits you just right. It's made out of comfortable material that's not gonna get itchy or distracting throughout the day. And even though I do personally like more of a minimal look to my outfits, you still want some sort of attention to detail. All right, before I get into modeling for you guys, I just wanna let you know that I am 5'11", I weigh 185 pounds. I got medium for every single size. So the hoodie, the sweatshirt, and the shirt are all medium size. And I consider myself to be a pretty fit person for the most part. So just so you guys get an idea of what it looks like whenever I'm wearing this stuff and modeling off for you, you're welcome. Back to the video. Now let's talk about the first article of clothing that I actually got. So it's actually this t-shirt that I'm wearing. So what do I really like about this t-shirt? This t-shirt is a completely black t-shirt that has a scoop hem at the bottom, which is kind of elongated. The one thing that really took me off guard at first is that this is kind of a thicker material, which most premium tee companies usually go for a thinner kind of quality shirt. But this is not too thick to the point where it's uncomfortable or too warm to wear, but it's actually a nice quality feeling that you get out of it. It actually shows underneath the hoodie or the sweater that you wear, which is really awesome because again, whenever you do wear something that's kind of minimal, having that little attention to detail where you see that layering is actually a really key piece to your outfit. The fit's actually really nice. It's kind of looser a little bit through the body, but it's not too loose to the point where it feels like you're wearing a trash bag. Is that even a good example, a trash bag? Has anyone... No, never mind, people's worn a trash bag. I was about to ask, has anyone worn a trash bag, but I'm not gonna go there. I don't really know if a trash bag is a fair comparison, but you get the point. Through the chest and the arms, it did feel like it was a little bit more fitted, not to the point where I felt like I was being suffocated, but it still actually moves, which is really nice. So in case you do move your arms around a little bit, you don't feel like you're gonna rip through the shirt. Unless that's what you're going for, then I don't know, go back to the gym and get bigger, I guess. As far as the material of the shirt, it is the only piece that is not made of 100% cotton. There's a little bit of spandex, and then you can definitely tell whenever you're starting to move around your arms and things like that, it doesn't feel like the shirt itself is gonna rip, but it has enough stretch to it to where it actually moves with you, which is an amazing feature to have in a shirt. Let's go on to the second piece, which is gonna be the sweater. So the sweater is actually kind of a little bit more baggy, and it's also gonna be a little bit elongated as well too. So if you do like longer pieces, or if you like the ability to be able to raise your arms up and not have your stomach show to everyone, then this is an amazing fit that you're really gonna enjoy. One thing that I did notice right off the bat is that the cuffs on this thing are extremely comfortable. The cuffs themselves are a little bit large, but they are extremely comfortable and very soft. It was kind of weird because I feel like it's actually the softest part of the shirt, which isn't a bad thing, but just something to note. Now, with that being said, I'm usually someone that actually prefers more of a fitted fit with my clothing. Fitted fit? I like more of a fitted, how else do you say that? Now, that being said, I am someone that actually prefers more of a fitted kind of feel for my clothing. However, recently I've actually been really enjoying the fact that I've been getting kind of baggier sweatshirts, which have been extremely comfortable to wear around, whether I'm sitting down gaming or if I'm editing or if I'm even just out and about. Now again, even though this is a minimal piece, there is some more attention to detail. I actually forgot all three of these pieces have the same tag on the bottom left side, which is gonna be a rubber tag. That's right, I said it, it's a rubber tag. Not like those weird ones that you usually find on t-shirts. It's actually made out of legit rubber. It feels premium, feels quality. It's actually a really neat detail I have not seen on a t-shirt before. Another thing about this is that on the back, you do see the NMO logo stitched on the back of it, but if you can kind of tell, it's embroidered to it, which means it's not just screen printed or anything of that nature. This will actually last in my opinion, and it's not just gonna wear off, which is amazing. Are you guys starting to see the attention to detail I was talking about? Now also another thing to note is that on every single piece, the back of the collar actually looks like this. So if you notice, it doesn't say some other clothing brand's name on it. It literally says NMO, which again, I'll go a little bit more into this, but it's not like this is just merch. This is actually clothing that is designed by designers. It's designer clothing. I don't know if that's how you say it, but whatever. You get my point. This isn't just some sort of merch drop that you buy where you team up with a company and they just brand their clothing with your brand on it. I'll also say too that that material is actually thick enough to the point where I feel like I could wear it outside on a windy day and not be cold, but I can also wear it inside and not be overly hot. I do live in the Northeast of the United States, so it is a little bit colder here most times, whether it's fall or winter. So with this, I feel like I can get away with being outside with it as well as being inside and not worrying about being too cold or too hot. And lastly, one thing I want to mention on this is that the bottom hem is not overly tight. It is a little bit snug, so it does kind of grip a little bit, but not too much to the point where it feels like it's constricting you, which is nice. And also too, since it is 100% cotton, I do feel like it will stretch out just a little bit over time and loosen up to where it's going to be the perfect fit. And then on to the next piece, which is the final article of clothing, which is going to be the hoodie. And man, I'm telling you, I regretted not getting both these previous pieces on the first drop once I got my shirt. Now this hoodie, again, has that bottom curved hem, which I absolutely love. I feel like almost everything now, or most things, need to have that because it is just such a nice attention to detail. It makes it feel like it's so much more comfortable to wear instead of something constricting on you on the bottom. It literally just, everything I have needs to have a bottom curved hem. Not everything, but most. So this hoodie again is just completely blacked out, but this one actually has the most amount of detail to it that I've actually seen, and this blows my mind about it. So first things first, if you actually notice on the end of the drawstrings, it's like a rubber sealed at the end as well as a metal tip to it. Now this is awesome because I feel like oftentimes these things fray up and they kind of come apart and they fall apart. That or you get like those cheap plastic ones at the end and those end up cracking and just being disgusting. But this is actually super quality. I feel like this is gonna last a very long time. And I was actually really impressed with this. This was something that was a very small detail that is actually a huge improvement over other pieces I've seen in the fashion industry. Another thing too is, I don't know if this is called the grommet or the eyelet, but if you take a look at it, it actually says NMO on the actual grommet or the eyelet. This is where that design part really starts to kick into play, and it's absolutely a beautiful small attention to detail that really kicks this hoodie up from just being that plain black hoodie. And then lastly on the back, this part is really trippy and I don't understand how they did this, so I would love to know what wizardry they did. But it's almost like it's 3D printed on the back of the shirt, NMO or not me only. And it's absolutely amazing. I love the fact that that's there because it's a small detail that people might notice over time, but you'll notice right off the back. It's also not uncomfortable either. You don't really feel it there. It's really amazing that they did that. And again, it just makes it feel better than just buying a plain black hoodie and that is it. Although this is still a beautiful black hoodie, this has so much detail to it, it's literally insane. As far as the fit goes, it is a little bit more relaxed, but although through the arms I felt like it was kind of more fitted, which I actually liked the way that that felt. Or again, it wasn't too fitted to the point where I felt like I was being suffocated, but also didn't feel like it was too loose to where it just felt baggy and made me feel kind of gross. Personally, I don't really like baggy fitting clothing too much because it just makes me feel kind of, I don't know, I just don't like the way that it feels. But this I feel like is a nice in-between where it's not too tight, but it's not too loose. Again, this one's actually made out of 100% cotton as well. It feels great. It's thick enough to the point where I feel like the wind's not just gonna blow right through it. So again, if you're in kind of a colder climate or if it's fall near you or if it's winter, I feel like you can get away with wearing this outside in a lot of different scenarios. And of course, like everything else, this is a bit elongated, so if you ever need to go ahead and reach the top shelf of something or raise your hands up, then you won't have to worry about your stomach showing or your lower back, which again, I cannot stand shirts or clothing that does that. It is so frustrating and annoying. So thank you for solving that problem. I really appreciate it. Now, last thing is last. Would I end up buying this clothing again? Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I absolutely love this clothing. This clothing is fantastic. It feels great. It definitely is premium, and it is a little bit more pricey than you would just go to buy like, you know, a standard hoodie or something like that, but it's literally designer. They have 2 people they teamed up with that are actual designers that helped design this clothing with them. And I think it was really interesting because I saw a recent video from Matti where he mentioned it's not just a merch drop with a clothing company, it's an actual design company that they are building. Which, what that means is that it's not like it's just this, you know, you have like this logo that's stitched on the back that's not really NMO, it's something else, so they just basically printed or just, you know, stitched stuff onto it. Like, this is literally clothing that is designed by them from the ground up, with every little bit of it being on purpose and intentional. It's also really cool too, the fact that it's actually 10% of the gross revenue is gonna be donated for a good cause, because then that way, if you are spending money on this and you're like, oh man, you know, I'm kind of spending, you know, I just bought this awesome hoodie and now I'm buying this one because it just dropped. It makes you feel a little bit better about spending that money because it actually is going towards a great cause, which is really interesting because I feel like most companies don't end up doing charitable giving like that until later on. So huge kudos to him for just doing it right off the rip. So that's the end of the video. So let me know in the comment section below, are you guys gonna be looking out for NMO drops or not? Do you guys like the clothing? Do you guys feel like there's a question that I didn't answer that you have? Feel free to leave me a comment in the section below. Also too, if you guys like the content or if you like my personality, feel free to go ahead and follow my social media down below. I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday nights as well, 8 p.m. EST. Feel free to come visit me there. I'm more than happy to talk about this on stream. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, making it to the end. Hit that like button if you like this. Hit that subscribe, help me out if you want to see more content. I normally do tech reviews on like streaming equipment and things like that, but I personally really like this clothing, and I feel like as a fellow YouTuber, I wanted to go ahead and review it and give my opinion on it. Also too, I guess for feedback really quick, hopefully in the future, I would like to see maybe a little bit of color here and there in like the stitches or something like that would be kind of neat. Although I do love the just all black look is fantastic. And maybe even like limited drops, right? Like maybe like limited time drops that might have like certain colors kind of splashed in because of the holiday or whatever it might be, right? Other than that, I absolutely love the clothing and it's fantastic. So if you see this, I love it. Keep the awesome work up, appreciate it. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. Hope you all have an amazing day and have a good one. All right, so dude, I literally was just watching Matti Haapoja's new video on his lighting and stuff like that, and I just saw that there was a new NMO drop, which by the way, I got the long sleeve and the hoodie, so completed the collection now. I need some new stuff, but I was watching it, and then this happened.
We're gonna make it better, and we have gotten so much good feedback.
Not me only.
That's me! That's me! Let's go!